Welcome to the stage, Urzila Carlson!
Stop it, you're making me shy. How are you, Auckland? God, you're already my favourite audience tonight. It is so good to be here. I'm going to crack right into it. So we just got right through COVID. We beat it. Well done. It's a thing of the past. I'm saying that because we don't know when this is coming out. Now I'll do an alternate. I can't believe COVID escalated so badly. I can't believe we're all fucking dead. No, as soon as COVID hit, the whole world scrambled. Not to get into lockdown, marketing companies like, okay, we need to come up with a slogan for this shit. We can't just trust people to know what to do. We got to have a little slogan for it. So globally, they came up with a slogan for COVID and it's, we're in this together. How fantastic is that? I mean, it did fuck all to my mood. But I tell you what happened, my eyebrows went, all right. I was rocking a unibrow for months. I felt so bad. I knew coming out of lockdown, we'd have to get those poor bitches that wax us and thread us, like just Baroccas and Red Bulls. They just wouldn't even blink anymore. They've seen too much. It was full on. But not only globally did we have a slogan, every country had one too. Like New Zealand's was, be kind. Were you being kind? I feel a vibe in this room, I'm going to be honest with you. I tried to. I tried my best. I gave it my best. I'd approach it like a diet. Every morning I go, today is the day. Today I will be kind. And then I go on Facebook and I remember that I'm surrounded by absolute fuckwits. And then that's out the window, exactly like a diet. It's like when you go, today's the day, and then you accidentally eat a chocolate cake before 10. With your hands, you've done that? Thought so. I mean, fuck, how fat did we get during lockdown? You know, now, when we record any comedy, we move the seats apart, not for social distancing, but so your asses can fit in. Back in the day, audiences used to sit shoulder to shoulder. Now you're ass cheek to ass cheek in here. But the thing is, once we got that slogan, be kind, right? The government went, okay, we need people who's been on television. Basically, we need everyone who's ever been on Shortland Street and a couple of comedians to record a thing so we can play it on television so people know we're all doing it, right? So I got an email saying, hey, do you want to be part of New Zealand's Be Kind campaign? All you have to do is you take your phone and you hold it horizontally and then you just go, hi, my name is Urzila Carlson, I'm a stand-up comedian, and during this pandemic, I choose to be kind. And they go, do you want to be part of it? And I went, no! No, I don't! You cannot have something like that hound you for the rest of your life. Can you imagine every time I'm shitty to someone in a supermarket, you know when they accidentally, because they're not spatially aware, hit you with their trolley and you go, hey, fucknuts, why don't I just carry you through the fucking supermarket? Then they go, oh, I thought you were being kind. If I go anyone online, they will make a little gif out of my, I am choosing to be kind, and they go, I guess not today. It's like when you make a sex tape. You can make a sex tape. From then on, you can have the best life possible. And it doesn't matter what. You can come up for a cure for saggy titties. You know, like the answer, Viagra's answer for the floppy dick. You can come up with shot out titties. People go, it doesn't matter. You fucked a donkey. Yeah, but he had such a sweet, sweet ass. So I didn't want that to hound my ass for the rest of my life. Go, I do not want to be kind. But then our neighbours across the ditch, they had their own slogan. Do you know what theirs was? Stay the fuck at home. Now, isn't that something you can get behind? Like, it is crisp, it is clear, and you know what to do. What am I doing today? I'm staying the fuck at home. So they contacted me too, because of course I work over there, and they go, hey, do you want to do a thing where in your phone you just go, hi, my name is Urzila Carlson, I'm a stand-up comedian, and during this global pandemic, I'm choosing to stay the fuck at home. Then what they do is they splice all these people together, and then you say hi, and then someone else footy player goes, hi, and then a priest go, hi. And then it kind of works through the whole lot of us. And then when it comes to the I'm staying the fuck at home, they just mute the fuck, but they don't blow your mouth so you can see. So it just says, my name's Urzila, and I choose to stay at home. But mine read normal like that because I say fuck a lot. A lot. So it was completely natural for me. But when they sent that ad around, I watched some of those priests in there. I tell you, there was some pent-up something. Because they all started theirs with, now, I wouldn't normally use these kind of words, but during this global pandemic, I choose to stay at home. Had the vein popping and everything. That's not natural. Like, you need to release some shit out of these priests. Like, they're ready to blow. Like, if that is how pent-up you are saying the word fuck, this is why we have a problem in the Catholic Church. These priests need some release. So when you leave tonight, I've got a sign-up sheet in the foyer. And what we're going to do to fix the Catholic Church is we're each going to blow a priest every day. Hey, if that's what they need, that's what we'll do. If that's what we need to do to get them off our kids, I'll do it. That's right. If you think that's offensive, you're part of the problem. Don't worry, I'll suck 2 dicks a day if I have to. So I stay the fuck at home. Hey, let's quickly, before we start, just make some noise if you're a lotto player. Oh yeah, quite a few of you. Well done. We'll circle back to you in a little bit. Now, this show is called Token African, and I am the tourism ambassador for South Africa for Australia. Let that sink in. So it's for South Africa, but for the Australian people. So basically, that's 2 countries that I don't live in. But I'm representing them both. That's what's called in the industry fucking crushing it. Like, how's my day going? Pretty fucking good. I'm representing 2 countries I don't live in. So I'm pretty happy with myself. But then as soon as that started, the whole thing, I had to do some media for it because that's how it works. And then I got asked by a guy, he said, so do you identify as African? And I said, no, I don't identify as African. I am African. So when you are a thing, you don't have to say the identify thing, then you just be that thing. It's only when you're not that thing, but you identify as that thing, that you say, I identify as that thing. Clear as anything, am I right? Yeah. So I go, no, dude, I'm fucking African. And he's like, okay. And I could tell he didn't believe me. Now, I understand that, heritage is very important. And there was a time when I thought I better find out, because I grew up in the 70s in South Africa during the apartheid years. We'll touch on that in a minute, It's very hot in comedy at the moment. But during the apartheid years in South Africa, the 70s and the 80s, you had to fucking know where you're from. Now, I look like this because I look like my mum, but my brother and sister, they look like our dad. They're both tall and they're skinny and dark, like real dark features and moustaches, and my brother's got one too. I swear to God, my sister looks like Tom Selleck. Like my brother used to say, he'll know he's a man one day when he look and he's got a moustache like my sister. So I was like, all right. But when my brother went to military, because they have to do compulsory military service, they said to him, hey, where you from? Why are you so dark? He goes, I'm from here, bro. And I'm like, oh, I don't know. Now, the thing is, we don't really know because our dad is a bit of a fuck-up and he left early. And my mum grew up in foster care, so we have no idea, right? So I thought, I'm going to get one of those DNA things, you know, those spitty, tubey things. Have you, make some noise if you've done one of those spitty, tubey DNA. How fucking hard is it? Like, you don't know, if you haven't done it, let me quickly run you just through just a bit of admin, what happens when you get the kit. You get a little tubey like this, then you have to spit in it. You have to fill the tube. But wait, there's more. You're not allowed to eat or drink for 45 minutes before spitting in that tube. And that makes it hard. Now, I can go without food and water for 45 minutes, not to flex, but I can. But the minute the clock starts, it's like when someone goes, you can't go to the bathroom. You're like, I need to piss. So I immediately got really, do we have a snorter? Yeah! Anyway, so now I've got this tube. I haven't had anything to eat or drink for 45 minutes. I've just been watching the clock to make sure it's 45 minutes. And now I have to spit in this tube. But if nothing's gone in, the saliva is real scarce, right? So you're like, I'm trying to fill this tube. It is so fucking dry. It's like trying to fuck your ex, you know? And it's just dust coming out. But I did it, sent it away, and I waited for... Stop thinking about fucking your ex. So I did it, and I waited for the results to come back. Now, I'm just checking. Now, South Africa is a very conservative country. Quickly make some noise. Africans, make some noise. Now, you don't realise how conservative your country is till you leave, right? Or how loose your country is. Like, you'll discover how loose you lot are. Once you leave, you're like, oh, I can't fuck everyone anymore. So, like, I don't think... Like, I'm a bit of a prude. I don't think, I'm also not promiscuous or anything, but I'm gay, so the kink is built in. You know, you live in a conservative country where people are like, oh, it's gay. It's like a unicorn, but a unicorn in Africa is not great because you know what we do with the horns. We cut them off. So I'm like, well, I don't fucking do it. So, you know, but... in South Africa, I was never, ever, not even once, asked to join in a threesome. Not once. But it has happened several times in New Zealand and even more times in Australia. Now, I want to tell you about one specific time. I was in Queenstown, I was doing a show, and it's winter. And afterwards, we went to this bar and we had some drinks, and I'm there with my tour manager, and my tour manager goes to the toilet. But at the bar, there was a couple, and they were having drinks, and they were both looking at me the whole time. And the woman was just like, hey. You know when you can see in their eyes, they're like, hey. And the guy had that, I haven't eaten in days look. And then, as soon as my tour manager left me, of course, it's like, you know, the pack has abandoned me, and now I'm just this little fowl by the water. And here comes the woman marching over to him. She goes, hello. I said, hello. And she goes, today's my birthday. And I said, happy birthday. And she goes, do you want to know what I got for my birthday? And I went, okay. But full disclosure, I wasn't really interested. But I didn't know how to say that and not sound rude. So she takes out her phone and she opens a photo and she shows me. And I look at the photo, and you know when you know something, right? Like, this was in their bedroom. I go, this is in your bedroom. And she's like, yeah. And then I go, you don't have children. You know when you just know, you look at some people's houses, you go, these people don't have kids. Especially when the house is tidy, you're like, no one's fucking up your shit. But then I looked at it because I zoomed in past her holding whatever she had for her phone, her birthday, because behind her on the wall in their bedroom was high definition photos, high gloss, printed out in full colour of her having sex with a man at the bar. You could tell there was good lighting, some photoshopping, because I've never seen an asshole that pink in my life. Unless we count Christopher Luxon. But other than that, nah. So anyway, I was like, oh, these are intense, so you don't have children. She goes, yeah, we do. My 15-year-old son took the photo. I said, that's disgusting. Like, legit, now I didn't care about being rude anymore. So her husband walks over and he goes, no, it's natural. Sex is natural. Our kids know we have sex, that's why they're here. I'm like, yeah, I make pancakes for my kids. I don't fucking show them the recipe book in the bowl. This is sick, bro. And he's like, no, we are very open sexually. He says, we're both on the board for the New Zealand Swingers Association. Then he says, you should join us. He says, we're very discreet. I said, dude, I'm not. I'm going to fucking tell everyone about this. And here we are. No, but then he goes, you should see. So he goes, do you want to see what you got? I went, yeah, all right. So I zoomed out. And there she is just holding her gifts like it's, you know, a box of Quality Street and flowers, but it's a butt plug and a fox swing. You'll Google that when you get home. And not the butt plug, that's self-explanatory. He goes, you should come and join us. He says, I put it up today. Now, I'm not going to lie to you, Auckland. Part of me wanted to go. Not because I'm into it, but I just want to see. You know, you just want to be part of the pack, really. But then I thought, I don't want to go because if he put this thing up today, you know, he didn't get an engineer's report done. He just put that up. Now, I don't know what is the ratio of lube versus velocity. Like, do they push me on it? How much lube is too much lube? Do I make myself or do they... At what point do you go, hey, what's the weight limit on your fox swing? You don't want to lose grip and now, I'm through the window. Here I am lying in the driveway, waiting for the paramedics to come. Can you imagine the ACC report on that? I'm not doing that. No, thanks. But South Africa was very conservative. And, of course, because it's the apartheid years, so it was during a time of civil unrest, and it was a police state. So the police were in charge. So I've got a very, very healthy respect for the police. I've never been pulled over in New Zealand. I've never had any shit with the cops, and I won't have any shit with the cops because South African cops have fucking taught me well. If I see a police officer, I'm on the straight and narrow. I just need to see someone in matching track pants. I'm like... But that makes me really worried for Kiwis and Aussies in general because I watch those shows, the Police 107 and RBT. When the cops pull you over, you have no respect. The cop walks up to the car and there's a camera crew, so now that should mean you should be extra special. But no, they're not already. What, pig? Oink, oink! You cannot leave the country if you think that's all right. Any other country, you'd pull that shit, the cop just... See ya. Oink, oink. Your parents try and file a missing persons report, where are they going to go? Yeah, fucking cop shop. Your mum shows up. We can't find Bob. And the cops are like, oh yeah, about 5'8", curly hair, real cheeky, answers to Bobby. Yeah, that's him. Yeah, I don't know. He's gone. I mean, yeah, I do think the cops are fucking annoying here. And I do think that there's a lot of wasted, resources and time on their part. Like, what are you doing? I live out in West Auckland, so, yeah. Oh, fuck, there's a lot of you. I'm going to need a ride home, guys. Someone stole my car. Well, when you live in West Auckland, you get so used to the police chopper, you sort of go out and go, I bet that's Bruce. You start to fucking know the crew, like, oh, they were out late last night, that'll be... Honestly, but then you see the police and they'll be doing these booze buses at the on-ramps and off-ramps. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? That's dangerous. Don't be in the road, we're drunk. We're drunk and we're high. You shouldn't be in the street. If we truly want to keep the police safe here and we truly are committed to getting drunk and stone people off the road, put a police officer in the third window at McDonald's. Right? Because that's where we fucking go. You see the booze bus drive past St. Luke's, go around the back way, head straight to McDonald's. But if you pull up to the first one, hello? Can I have 900 nuggets, please? Yeah, just drive through to the third window. You get to the third window and there's a van and they go, your nuggets are in the van. You get in there, there's so many drunk people, it looks like the party bus. You go, which one of you cunts ate my nuggets? They'll be filling those buses all night. Standing with a fucking torch in the middle of the motorway. What are you? Invincible? Fucking kill you. No, but South Africa, very conservative, but also the apartheid thing, if you don't understand what apartheid was, it's basically where one group of people, the whites, thought that they were superior to every other group in the country. Which I look at that and I think, what a crock of shit. Like, we as human beings, we're not even the superior species. Like, if you take your dog for a walk, right, do you pick up its shit? Or does it pick up your shit? No, you pick up its shit, right? And you're sort of waiting. We're at their beck and call. We're waiting for a steaming pile of shit to fall out the back of a dog. Then you put it in the thinnest plastic bag so you can walk with that hot pile of shit to your house. We're not superior to dogs. And especially my dog, I've got a Labrador. You have to watch them shit. She's on a lead so I can see where it is. And also in West Auckland, it's one Labrador versus all of the pit bulls in New Zealand. So I'm walking her, and then as soon as she starts to shit, you have to see. This is how you know if your dog's healthy, right? You need to see what comes out. And also, especially with a Labrador, you're like, oh, fuck, there's that Lego car. See if that balloon comes out. But then while you're doing that, there's always that moment while your dog's shitting where they look at you and they would have picked up on the fact that you're waiting for their shit. Your dog thinks you're a fucking weirdo. That's why you get no privacy when you go to the bathroom at home. Your dog's at home, sees you're going to the bathroom, he's like, oh, I guess I better go watch her shit now. Your dog's just there to the, hey, cat, let's go. The cat's like, I'm not fucking going in there. He's like, listen, I don't know why they do it, but we have to go watch her shit. I'll sit there with my ears pulled back for the smell and you can get in her undies. Your cat's like, I don't want to do that, it makes me smell weird all day. How are one group of people superior if we can't even fucking be superior to... Okay, maybe you don't have pets. Maybe you're sitting here and you go, I can't relate. I still feel superior. All right. How can we be superior to anything if we can't fix the basic shit that we all do every single day. Every single one of us in here, unless you're a teenage boy, today has worked with a coat hanger. The coat hanger is not our best workers, people. This is a design we've never changed. The whole design of the coat hanger says, I don't want to fucking help you. It doesn't even look at you. And if it does look at you, it doesn't work, so you have to turn it. The materials we use to make these coat hangers suck too. We use the thinnest plastic. You buy anything at the supermarket, or that's where I buy my clothing. You buy anything at a shop and you get these thin little plastic hangers and they go, do you want to keep the hangers? And you go, yes. Why the fuck do we keep the hangers? Now you take that cheap shit, you can't even put a scarf on it. As soon as you put a scarf on it, it'll just... You've just broken the clavicles off it. Do you throw it out? Shit, no. You still ram that piece of shit in your... Just in case it's good for something later. In case you buy a tie. Thinnest plastic, or we use that really shiny wood. You know, the good ones that you use to put like a coat. You hang your coat on that. You catch your partner, put some ugly-ass jacket or shirt on you. Hey, that's my coat. That's my coat's coat hanger. For the coat. Get your shit off it. You take this shit off it, you put your thing, and then the hanger goes, no thanks. Immediately throws it at you like, oh, we've got a 3 pickup limit. After the 3rd, you're like, fuck that, and you just kick it in there. Pick it off the floor the next time I want to wear it. And then, of course, we've got the number 8 wire hangers. That must be the most depressing fucking thing in your wardrobe. That hanger is not living up to its full potential. It is shit. We use it for heaps of other stuff, but it's not a good coat hanger. That hanger is in there going, fuck, I'm such a disappointment to my family. You know, my brother is part of a farm fence down in Manawatu, yeah? Yeah, he's keeping the livestock in. Very important job. Yeah, my parents, both Gates, very proud of him. We're not fucking superior to anything. We are all fucking trash. Nah. I like you guys. I do think, though, they need to change the continent's name. African continent, they need to change the name to Perspective. Don't you think so? Like, I think, honestly, we have it too fucking good in this country. We bitch about this government. You go to any other country, you know they're still struggling with Ebola in Africa. When COVID came along, they're like, who gives a fuck? Chuck it on the back of the pile. We've got typhoid in the water. We've got fucking mosquitoes killing us off left, right, and centre with malaria. We've got Ebola. Do you know what the symptoms of Ebola is? One of the main symptoms is blood starts running from your eyes. I mean, it's fucking brutal, but it's very clear who doesn't get vaccinated then. Oh, Kevin's crying blood again. Come, kids, let's go. Everyone at Parliament. But, my neighbour in Henderson, he comes over, he goes, hey, you come and have a look, we've got a pothole. We need to get the council involved. I'm like, do we? And I go around, I couldn't find the pothole. I was fucking looking everywhere. And he goes, it's right here. I look, you know where the tar road meets your cement driveway as you go up? I call it mild tar fraying. You know, when there's a few rocks lying there. But there's no fucking hole. He's like, we should phone the council. If you phone them too, they'll come out quicker. I go, I'm not phoning anyone and telling them that's a fucking pothole. Go, dude, you need some perspective. You want to see a pothole, go to Africa. I lost a RAV4 in 1998. That's a fucking pothole. We climb out and there's a fireman with a ladder going, "We'll get a ladder to you soon." Celebrities too, you know when they've lost complete fucking perspective. You go, they need a month in Africa. Like, I love Oprah, but that bitch has lost perspective. I follow her on Instagram and she posted this video and she goes, she was standing at her kitchen sink looking out at her backyard. And she said, "I wondered how many oak trees I have." Says then she decided to get a tree counter. There's a person whose job it is to come and count trees. Imagine that guy's life. Goes home at night. "Hey, babe, how was your day?" "Pretty good. Got up to 342 today. Some of the neighbourhood kids tried to fuck me up. Came on with 112, but I was using both my hands, so sucked in." But she says on the clip, she goes, she got an oak tree specialist. She didn't want some dipshit who couldn't tell the difference between an oak tree and a Norfolk pine. It took about 3 months. And she came back, she goes, there's just over 60,000 oak trees in her backyard. I thought, fuck, we have different lives. If I look out of my window, I look into my neighbour Dave's yard. Dave is a lovely guy, but when Dave does the washing, he does all the washing. All of it except for his sleep shirt. All the underpants, everything goes in. And then he comes and he hangs it on the washing line that's right by my kitchen window. Which I don't mind, you can't see anything, the sleep shirt covers it till he hangs it up. Then you see the little snout pop out. I'm so triggered if I see a wash basket. "Kids, get inside!" Sure as shit don't think I should get a tree counter. Should buy more underpants. But Nigella's the same. Nigella Lawson. How fucking hot is she? Woo. I tell you what, I watch her on YouTube just to... Who needs Pornhub? Am I right? She can come lick out my... Anyway. I was going to say the cake bowl, you know, the cake... We all know I'm talking about vagina. I'm sorry. But she put on Twitter, she put out a tweet to say, "Here's a quick recipe for a curry in a hurry for when your honey comes home unexpectedly with 6 extra people from work." The fuck? 6 extra people? From where? Is this a hostage situation? It fucking better be. If I open that door, I want to see a gun. Because now, presumably, it's unexpected, so you get, I don't know, maybe a text out of the car going, "Babe, on my way," with 6 extra people. Listen. Curry in a hurry is the last fucking thing on my mind. Can you imagine you've got 20 minutes, people are coming for dinner. You don't think dinner, you're like, "Jesus, where's my bra? Kids, put pants on. Who put shit on the wall?" The stress to try and clean your house in 20 minutes. You know that stress if you have kids and someone's at your house and they go, "Oh, I'll just quickly use your bathroom." Ah! No, you fucking won't. I had to rugby tackle a Jehovah this week. Tried to use my bathroom. I don't know what the fuck the kids did in there. I wanted to come back in 2 days and come and do an exorcism. Curry in a hurry. You know what? Even if your partner let you know 8 o'clock that morning, it's not fucking good enough. If you get that text, put their shit on the lawn. They don't live there anymore. Yeah, do you know what's curry in a hurry? Uber Eats, bitch. You know what's even faster than that? If you don't fucking come home and just go straight to a restaurant with your friends. Leave me and the kids to it. Don't put a fucking bra on. Are you crazy? Jesus. I mean, that would never happen at my house. I don't have 6 people I work with that I like. And they... quickly count how many's on. Have you been paying attention? No, that's right. No, but that won't happen in my house because I will never do that. And also my wife is a stay-at-home mum. So, you know, they do fuck all day. What? You know those bitches have had it too good for too long. We all just went through lockdown, right? We were all just housewives for months. And did you not get the garage sorted? Did you not get your whole fucking house sorted? Did you not clean everything 3 times? And were you not still fucking drunk by 11 o'clock in the morning? And then go and bake a fresh bread daily? You know, I could see the panic in her eyes after the 2nd week. She's like, hang on. What the fuck do you do all day? If I'm doing all of this, and we're all here, and I'm homeschooling, what the fuck do you do? Because we're not even here. I could see the panic. But you can't say anything. You can't go, what the fuck do you do all day? They don't like that at all. All the books will tell you not to do it. If I get home, my wife goes, I'm so tired. I'm like, why? How'd you go? I did all the washing today. I'm like, yeah, all right. I mean, it's not like you're loading this shit in a basket and putting it on your head and walking down to the river where you're knocking stains out while you're singing folk songs with the other villager ladies. You're popping that shit in the Samsung and pushing a button. Then when that's finished, you put it in the dryer and push another button. Then when that sings to you, put it on the couch for 6 weeks. And get the fucking kettle on. Look, I mean, full disclosure, she'll murder me one day. Like, no, I don't necessarily think she will 100%, but if that's the way that I'm going to go, by murder, I want it to be her. She deserves it. Now, think your partner right now, right? Don't think about the good times. Don't think about the happy days. Think about all the shit you've been taking from that motherfucker over the years. Because you know how much shit you've taken from your partner. So if anyone deserves to murder you, it's your partner. Can you imagine if a stranger murders you? Like, your partner will be upset, of course. The first few months will be rough. They're like, I can't believe they got murdered. And then they'll go, can't believe it wasn't me. I mean, romance isn't dead. I don't want you to think romance is dead. It can never die. You know, because every time they go to the shop, when they come back, you're like, come here. Give us a kiss. Not because you miss them, but because you want to know if this motherfucker bought a chocolate at the shop and didn't get you one. Romance will never die. But I tell you what, if anything happens, right, my family will avenge me. They're not like these Kiwis. You see them, if anything bad happens, there's always the press conference and the families always go, we forgive the perpetrator. I tell you what, African families, that's not us. We're going to fucking come for you. My mum will be like a rabid fucking dog. She will come for your entire family. And I appreciate that. I say, if I die, suddenly now people go, celebrate my life. Fuck that. I'm dead. You should be fucking devastated. You should cry, no sex for at least a year, that kind of shit. And if anyone comes, I want you guys to be part of it. If I get murdered, avenge me. Go fuck some shit up. I said to my mum, because she's visiting me at the moment, And I told her, number one, about the DNA thing. I said, I did that DNA thing, I spat in the tube. And she's like, ooh, I want to try that. Growing up in Vostocki, you don't know. She says, I want to try it. I said, all right. Got her the tube. I said, now, you can't eat or drink for 45 minutes before. She's like, I won't. So I start getting busy. The kids in, Dave was doing his washing next door. And I come back in and the tube's ready. I'm like, what did you eat? He says, nothing. He says, there's shit floating in this tube. She goes, oh, just dried apricots. I said to you not to eat any food or have any water. She goes, oh, apricots aren't food. You can send She goes, just send it off. They can figure it out in between that. She says, I've seen CSI. I go, Mum, they're not using the top-notch fucking scientists on this shit. They've got them working on the pandemic. We've got first years working on this shit. So anyway, I send that off. I said to her, because I didn't want to tell her, and I'll tell you straight up, my neighbour Dave is in a gang. And as soon as I moved in there, he came over and he goes, hey, I want you to know I'm the head of a gang. He goes, but there will never be any shit at your house or anything. We're very calm. I go, sweet. Mate, honestly, I'm from Johannesburg. I'm going to be the problem here. And he's been a great neighbour, but now you'll understand that I didn't tell my African mum that I moved to a different country to get away from crime, and now I'm living next to a gang pad. I kept that little nugget quiet. So she comes over, and I see her the whole time looking out. And there's always a lot of guys there. And she goes, these boys need a woman. I'm like, no, they don't. They're all right. Don't worry about it. So I go away for work. I come back, and she keeps talking about them. I go, did you go over there? She goes, I had to. I had to go help them. I go, why? She goes, no, I could see them sitting there sewing. They were doing some sewing onto their jackets. And I go, uh-huh. She goes, yeah, their clubs give them these badges that they have to put on their club jackets, but they have to put it on. So I went over and helped them because they were doing a terrible job. Now, for those of you who don't know how it works, when you join a gang and you earn a patch, you have to sew it on yourself. That's how it works. Doesn't sound as fucking gangster now, does it? I'm joining a gang. Cool, here's your vest and your sewing kit. So my mum looks at it and she's like, no, I'm going to go help them. And then she gets really involved. And I don't know if you're familiar with our cuisine, what we like to eat, but it's quite meat heavy. We eat a lot of fucking meat. So my mum starts cooking for these gang guys next door. After about 3 weeks, Dave comes over, he goes, can I have a word? I went, yeah, sure. Now I see her go over there. I go, don't get too involved, but I don't want to say too much. So then Dave comes over, he goes, hey, can you have a word with your mum? He's like, we appreciate the food. He's like, but the boys are getting clogged up. My mum brought a gang to their knees because they can't shit anymore. They're so constipated from all the meat. I'm like, fuck, Jacinda, give us a call. You're struggling, you don't need to. Just fucking I nearly said get a spit on the lamb. That's what they do in fielding, eh? Are you clapping for fielding? Are you from fielding? I couldn't even see your tail wag or nothing. My wife's from fielding. Did you know? Oh. Are you related to her? Probably. Show me your hands. Oh, yeah. Huh? It's the feet, yeah. But anyway, so my mum's still visiting and I get my DNA results back. And I open it. Do you want to know my results? So I'm 55% Welsh. I'm 35% German. That explains a few things that I won't go into tonight. I'm 9% Swedish. which explains it, because I love their porn. How good is Swedish porn? Honestly, please, go onto Pornhub and go look for Swedish porn. Okay, truthfully, I don't know if it's a thing, but I just think if everyone watching this and being here tonight will go look up Swedish porn, we're going to fuck with the algorithm of Pornhub. Yeah. And then Pornhub will go, hey, we've got a massive demand for Swedish porn. And all of a sudden, we've got these beautiful people fucking. So can we please all go look up Swedish porn? But I'm also 5% Khoisan. That's the Bushman people. So I was like, 5%. I am African. I truly, not only do I feel it in my bones now. I am proper African, right? That's enough, isn't it? Okay, I feel you're not with me on the that's enough thing. Let's revisit our lotto players, shall we? Lotto players, make some noise. Yeah, okay. So your chances of winning the lotto, big, like not just, winning the lotto, massive, is 0.00002%. Yet here you sit, still identifying as a lotto player. But you won't take my 5%. Look, it doesn't matter. I'm still African regardless of what the fucking DNA says, because I have nothing but love in my heart for Africa, and that's where I'm from, so that's it. I can suck it up. But then I kind of look at my mum and I'm like, I don't know what hers will say, because the dark genes don't come from her. They come from my dad, and she identifies so strongly as African. Everywhere we go, she just talks about being African. And I'm like, at least, I'm getting old, so she's getting fuck old. So we're getting to a point now where she has made all the big decisions in her life. Like where she was going to work, where she was going to live. She's retired now. So all of those decisions have been made. She's done with that. Now we're just at a point where she's at that age, and ladies, a lot of you, once you hit 50, you get to that point where you might now go, I'm going to change my perfume. Don't do it. I don't know what happens to a woman. You get to a certain age and you go, I've smelled good for long enough. I'm going to go for this pungent shit. You know that your mum's best friend wears this perfume. When she gives you a hug, she pulls away, you go, I guess I'm setting fire to this shirt. Because you can't even wash it out. You walk past that smell in the mall, you're like, whoo, whoo. That smell, you can never have an affair with this woman, because everyone will, you fucked Carol, didn't you? Like my mum's friend Carol comes like, oh yeah. She doesn't even need to tell me she's there. As soon as I get out of my car in the drive, I'm like, Carol's been here. I feel like a fucking meerkat within the last 45 minutes. That perfume says, hey, don't touch my pussy. Don't change your perfume. And the other one, of course, is, do I go to the optometrist or do I go to the chemist for my reading glasses? My mum is obsessed with getting reading glasses either from the $2 shop or from the chemist. And she has to tell me the price. Every time I go, are those new glasses? She goes, $2 shop. It was $5. Okay. It's a plus 11. Like, Mum, your ears aren't fucking strong enough for this stuff anymore. You need a proper prescription. She's got like a whole range of them on the coffee table. And then she can never find one when she needs it. She's like, I'll get one tomorrow. Like, just stop. You have to go and get a proper prescription and maybe put it on something so it's always with you, because she's always like checking everywhere for that. I'm like, your tits aren't even there anymore. Go to the optometrist, because you're going to go to the pharmacy one more time and they're going to give you a Labrador and a harness. And the other big thing that she still has to make a decision is, do I want to go into a home or not? But realistically, I'm going to have to make that decision for her, you know? And she's an immigrant, so she's not going to one of those fancy old age homes that you see advertised. You've seen those where they show the elderly person sleeping peacefully, then waking up, throwing the duvet off, hopping out of bed and walking over to the window and just opening the curtains. And I'm like, where the fuck did you shoot this at? Number one, where did you get that elderly person? Who do you know over the age of 40 that can just throw a duvet off and fucking walk? It takes a while. That's why it's called joints, because they have to join you in the morning. Oh. And then they walk over to that window, open the curtain and just look out. I'm like, where's the condensation? Which part of New Zealand do you fucking live in? This is healthy homes we're talking here. Then that elderly couple that they show wake up all happy together will then go and play a round of golf and they're still happy. And if you've ever played golf, you know that doesn't work. That's a fucking mystery. Then after they play 18 holes of golf, then they come and they have a beautiful 5-course lunch by a guy named Nathan. And he's got the name tag and his polo shirt is buttoned right to the top like a fucking serial killer. The only time that is buttoned right to the top is because you're watching a documentary on a serial killer. And the guy didn't button it, the warden did. They put him there with his hands cuffed under the table, and then as the warden goes out, goes, don't spit on anyone. Oh, let me get this button for you. And then the guy's like, please, warden, no. I don't want to look like a dickhead. He goes, well, you should have thought about that before you killed all those fucking people. It's insane. Then that couple eats their beautiful lunch. Then they go swim a few laps in the heated pool. I always look at those ads and I go, sure, those are actors, but they're still elderly people. And you've just used up all of their energy. Like when you retire, you only have so many big days left in you. And now for this ad, they have tapped all the energy. These people are going to die 5 years earlier. They've done all their activities for the next 10 years in this one fucking ad. They're exhausted. My mum's not going to one of those homes. She's going to one of those other homes you also see on television. But in a 60-minute undercover sting. You know the ones that's always really grainy footage and you're like, what camera have you been using? It's like, is that a 1 gig fucking, I don't know, sketch artist sitting in that bag? It is such low quality and it's always got this green screen going through it. And then there'll be something like filmed out of a sports bag. And it's like, okay, so it's filmed out of a sports bag and the people in there eating dog food and gravy, you know, like it's all fucking grim. But imagine you walk into this old age home that you know shit, you're going to go do an undercover sting. As you walk in and go, I just want to check out the facilities for my parents. And you've got your sports bag with you. They go, you can leave your tennis bag. We have fuck all facilities. We have a bed and a toilet, so leave your tennis bag. And you're like, no, I want to bring it. Filming everything. Now, you see in that footage, there's always the one carer that gets a bit like feisty, and then there's the one elderly person that tries to fight back, and then that carer goes, oh, you want to fucking go, do you? And then they punch him, you know, they get treated like shit, and it's our fault. We need to prepare our elderly. Next time your parents come over for a visit, make sure you've got some dog food and gravy for them. If they get lippy, punch them. Then teach them. Roll out of it, Mum. Roll out of it. You don't put a wrestler just in the ring. You teach him how to take a hit. So we'll be doing the same. No, I'm kidding. We're African, so we don't put our elderly in homes. We look after them ourselves. Yeah. When I say we... You know I mean my sister. I mean, what's she fucking doing? She's not getting a man with that moustache, am I right? Hey, you guys have been absolutely amazing. Thank you so much for coming out. I appreciate you.